3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the Lucky Lotus FM podcast. I'm Jimmy.
My name's Brijesh.
Who you got over there? Who's this little guy?
I got Wybe. Hey, Wybe, say hi. Say hi.
This is YBK, his Audi.
Wybe.
His innie. We're off to a hot start.
My innie. I'll tell you this. Being from an Indian family, we are not big on having pets. So having him be part of the family is a big deal.
What kind of dog is he?
He's not inbred, but he's a
okay,
mix.
He's a mix.
He's a mix.
I'm glad we led with that. If someone told me their dog was mixed and instead of the word mixed they use the word inbred, I would be like, what?
No. But isn't that what they're like? Oh, my dog has a great pedigree. No, that just means your dog's like severely inbred.
I don't know about that, but what I do know is that
it shows you how much I know.
PETA protests outside of Madison Square Garden every year that they have the dog show.
Yeah.
And they'll say, like, they'll be in like KKK outfits and they'll say, would you support the KKK? Then why do you support purebred dogs?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. You have those trainers eating the dog food too. Have you seen that stuff?
No.
It's like the camera will catch them. They have the little toy biscuits. Or the dog didn't want it, I'll eat it.
Well, there's biscuits you can give to your dog and you can eat. So thanks for tuning in, everybody. Episode soon to be released, episode 19?
Let's say 1920.
Yep.
We'll figure it out.
So we're going to do a review of Severance, season 1 and 2. Thanks for tuning in, supporting us. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple. What am I missing?
Keep going.
Twitter.
He's being a really good boy right now.
Not LinkedIn, not Blue Sky, not Truth Social,
not
OnlyFans.
Yeah, Only Toes. I think I was watching the episode previous. TikTok. We're doing really well on that.
Yeah.
Thank you for everybody supporting us on TikTok.
Thank you for the comments.
Oh, also, I just want to put this plug out there because this does work. Mm-hmm. So, guys, please subscribe to our YouTube page and our TikTok. So, on our YouTube specifically, our 1,000 subscriber, not our 1,000, we're doing a lottery. So, whoever our 1,000
subscriber is going to eat with us dinner at the top of a Bass Pro in downtown Memphis, Tennessee, which is also a Bass Pro shop.
Can I cut that part out? Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So it's God, dude, I can't believe I fucked that up.
Come on, you got it.
Okay, so basically what we're doing is running a little. Oh my God, why?
How about I say it? 3, 2. So we're running a contest for 1,000 subscriber. If you are one of the first 1,000 subscribers, you may or may not be chosen for a dinner with Brijesh and I at the top of a stainless steel glass pyramid in Memphis, Tennessee, which is also a functioning restaurant and Bass Pro Shop.
Guys, please help us with this lottery. We've already gained, 40 followers in the last 3-4 days.
To prove that it is fair, we're going to print out all the names and draw them from a hat.
There we go.
On Instagram Live.
We're not going to vet you either, so whoever you are, we're going to get you over here.
We will metal detect you. Let's be clear.
Metal detect you.
You will not be getting a PS5. You will just be having dinner with us.
Sorry, no PS5. Not nothing, but please help us reach 1,000 on YouTube.
Do we
1,000 on TikTok?
Do we offer them to get a 15-minute spot on the pod?
How about a whole episode?
That's fine. That's fine with me.
We'll do a whole episode with you.
Whole episode, 1,000 subscriber. Tune in. You need to subscribe to YouTube. Ring that bell.
All right, guys. Thank you. So let's go ahead and get into this episode.
You act like you're about to wrap it up.
No. All
right. So
is this what a kid feels like?
Yeah. Look at Wybe over there. For those of you listening and not seeing the video, Brijesh is holding this dog in a very platonic manner.
Platonic. He doesn't he look like a child?
He looks like an absolute unit.
He does. He's not supposed to be the size.
Is that a loaf of bread?
It is a loaf of bread. We've been putting him on a diet, but this man is so cute.
He's one trim away from being a mop.
Yeah, look at that. He is one. Don't say that about him. He just sighed, dude.
Like a little dust mop.
Here, you want to hold him?
I can. Are you going to pass him to me in the pod?
No, we'll pass him through halfway through the podcast.
We'll pass him through halfway. All right. So we're going to talk about Severance, season 1. We should probably get into the characters. What I want to tell you right now is you haven't seen Severance. This is your spoiler alert. If you have not seen Severance, please do not watch the rest of this podcast. Please tune this off. Watch both season 1 and 2, and then we will pause in between season 1 and 2 if you haven't seen season 2 for a spoiler alert as well.
Guys, it's a great show. It is a great show, so please check it out. I don't want to spoil it for you, and I don't want to read about it in the comments either.
Shout out Ben Stiller. Adam Sandler could never.
Dude, I'm Team Adam Sandler till I die.
All right.
Okay.
So we're going to get into season 1. We're going to go through the top 5 moments of season 1. Then we're going to go through the top 5 moments of season 2. We're going to have some ad reads in the middle, and then we're going to talk about our favorite character to wrap up this pod. The first thing we should probably do is I'm just going to run through a list of the characters and make sure I get them right for the comments.
Sounds
so
good.
The main character, you've got Mark S, a.k.a. Mark Scott. You've got Heli R, who's also, if you haven't watched season 1, this is the spoiler, Heli Egan. All right. You've also got Harmony Cobel, who's also Miss Seveling. You've got Dylan G. You've got Irving B.
Yeah.
You've got Mr. Milchek, a.k.a. Seth. We know why he goes by Mr. Milchek. Seth's a terrible name. We've got Bert G. And we've got Gemma, a.k.a. Miss Casey. We've got Devin Scott, who is Mark Scott's brother. Or sister, excuse me. And we have Mark Scott's brother-in-law.
Don't misgender.
Rickon Hale, who's one of my favorite characters.
Who's that?
Rickon, the author, that's like, you are who you are.
Dude, at the end, I thought he was just being pretentious when he was like reading his books and whatever, but his books were pretty awesome.
Yeah, I like him. He's one of my favorite characters.
But it was kind of crazy. So this is going to be a spoiler-filled episode. It was kind of crazy in season 2 where he just like completely sold out and said, "Okay, yeah,
that's what I was going to say."
Like, I'll write a
he
book
was
for
like,
you,
"How
Lumen."
much money? Cool, I'll write a book for the innies." But season 1, he's like, "It's so bad, Mark. Are you having a good time?"
But dude, it's like any dad, you got a kid on the way. It's just like, okay, this is a guaranteed sell. Like, why not? Because I'm pretty sure, I don't know how book contracts work, but if everybody in that company is going to be reading your book, that's a pretty big deal.
Oh yeah, like if you got everyone, say at Amazon, a book.
Yeah.
There was a joke online I saw this week from a female comedian. I don't remember her name, but they had Mackenzie Bezos listed as author for the way that she got her wealth. And they were like, it's pretty easy when the guy that you used to be married to sells the most books in the world.
Dude, it's like, have you been keeping up with the Jeff Bezos wedding at all?
Yeah, I've seen that. We won't get into that. We can get into that on our
other episodes.
Our previous episode, too.
Previous,
back in.
You're right.
So
prequel.
We're going to go through the top season 1 moments, starting with Heli and her suicide attempt.
Say hi. Okay, go right ahead. So
she tries to kill herself because they won't let her leave.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. I think the first episode, right, where she's just on a table. You don't know what's going on. You see
who's your mother? Where are you from?
Who's your mother? Where you're from? And at the end of it, he's like, "Oh, you got none of the questions right. You passed. Oh my God, you passed."
The best part of that is where they juxtapose it when Mark S and PETA go through that same role, where Mark is the person that's on the table and then Mark becomes the person that's behind the thing. So it's kind of like, I feel like season 1, the best way that I've seen it described online is, what does it mean to be human?
Yeah.
Or what does it mean to work in an office? And then season 2 is much deeper about kind of love and your work life and your personal life.
What was Mark's reason for even going through the procedure of severance? I guess we should explain what the procedure is.
Yeah, so the procedure is that you separate your innie personality from when you're at work from your Audi personality, which is
nerdlink.
I think that's kind of a comment on people acting differently at their work and having personal lives and having work lives.
Exactly. And I mean, it's no longer a sci-fi theory anymore either, because now we're maybe 5 years away from having brain implants.
Neuralink.
It's coming. It's on the way.
So
and we have somebody that works at Neuralink too.
Yes, just to get you back on topic, Heli's suicide attempt.
Yeah,
she cannot get out, so she ends up trying to kill herself, which is a big plot with like Mr. Drummond, Mr. Milchek, and that she almost ends up killing herself for her innie. And her Audi is like, I do not want to go back in there. And that's kind of a driving point that we'll talk about in season 2.
And then the whole time, so yeah, you're right. Maybe we'll say that for the second part.
Yeah.
But when the innie is trying like multiple times, she's pleading with her Audi. She's like doing her best to get the message across that she does not want to be here, that she's trapped and she feels horrible. And then the Audi makes a tape for the innie where she's like, it doesn't matter what you want. You're going to be here.
Well, I feel like in real life, your innie and your Audi kind of talk to each other in your dreams. Like if you have something at work that's really after you, you'll start dreaming about work if you get stressed out.
Yeah, I mean, I love the whole theory because
Brijesh yells in his sleep about biryani
all the time to Uber Eats, getting the orders wrong. No, it's I love the fact that. First of all, this whole set, the whole like atmosphere feels so nostalgic, or feels like it's set in the 1990s. It feels very clinical.
Yes,
everything about it. And then you have this company that's just it's deified. I don't know. Everyone who's worked a 9 to 5 knows this feeling where you revere the CEO. He's a godlike figure.
Yep.
You try to suck up to everybody to get a raise.
Well, you've got
whatever.
You've got companies like Deloitte where people are getting like Deloitte tattoos.
Yeah, I mean, doing whatever you can. Like we don't want to. We'll wait for Harmony Bell and everything.
Harmony Cobel / Miss Selvin.
It's the greatest irony is when you find out that Helen is also an Egan at the end.
Yes.
And that Egan.
Now you're skipping ahead on the topic, so we can move to that one. That is a really good end of the season reveal. We've got 3 more moments of episode 1. I have them listed off in chronological order.
I'm holding,
and so
he looks dead in my hands right now, dude.
The reveal at the end of season 1, obviously, is that Heli is actually a part of this whole thing. And when they do the overtime contingency, that shows it at the very end, where she's at like basically an Apple like press release conference for the company.
Yeah, and so basically, Mark, Dylan, Helen, like all the
Lumen,
Lumen. What is it? The Lumen employees to kind of hatch a plan. Hey, there's a protocol where I guess we should give a little bit of
overtime contingency protocol, which goes back to Dylan's Audi, where they activate it. He finds out he has a son.
Yeah,
he bites Mr. Milch. All this crazy stuff starts happening to Dylan. He's got a wife.
Yeah,
because they don't know anything about their life.
No, and that's the. Okay, I guess we're all over the place right now. Okay, Mark, for example, he's, when the episode opens, he's crying in the parking lot. And when he walks in, no one's even told you how Severance works or how the procedure works, but you kind of see him kind of like switch when he like walks through the hallway. And you realize that the reason why he like decided to go through the procedure and work for Lumen is that his wife was recently killed and he can't deal with the heartbreak. And he was like, for 8 hours at least, I won't have to think about her.
Yeah.
Which like, it's kind of crazy too. Like how many people who are facing trauma like that would want to forget for 8 hours? Like the reasoning makes sense. It checks out.
Well, he tried all the other methods, right? He was a history professor and then he ends up drinking and getting fired from his job.
Yeah.
But that's not revealed for a very long time into the plot and whatnot. But as far as Helen at the, Apple event, basically for Lumen that she has, and she goes off and says that she's not feeling well after the event. And that's why she confessed that she actually was her innie during the event because they activated the overtime contingency. It's also like, the classic, I hate this about movies or shows where it's like there's a 2-key switch like that would ever exist in a corporate environment. Like they have 2 key switches for nuclear launch code. So one person can't launch a nuke. So you have 2 people, but they have that same thing for the overtime contingency. Wybe's over there just trying to lick your face, the dog.
Dude, he looks dead while I'm holding him in my arms. He had a 2-stage contingency plan. The fact that he even found out about it, the fact that it's like...
I hope there's no hate comments about Wybe.
It shouldn't be. I mean, maybe he looks kind of fat, but I don't know. You're not fat. You're beautiful.
So what were you going to say about Heli?
Well, Heli, it's just, you have a family business. Basically, it's a family business. Mm-hmm. And it's based off of, when you have somebody looking over top of you, making decisions for you, and it affects your life. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, like you're just basically saying, disregard whatever the opinion is. This is how humanity really works, blah, blah, blah. And then when she's put into that position, she becomes vehemently against whatever the Egans were like for, which was like crazy to think. Like, it's just, you are the leader of this foundation. So basically your whole philosophy that you're bred into is a lie. That you're making, the fact that you only have power over somebody, the fact that you have a paycheck that you got to pay somebody, is why you have power over these people. But when the push comes to shove, that your philosophy is a lie.
Yeah, correct. And so like for Dylan, he experiences that exact same thing when he gets the overtime contingency. He completely snaps. He quits being a rule follower. He stops making the pattern with the numbers. You're releasing the dog. The dog's out of control.
He is out of control.
Just set him down.
Oh my God. Oh.
So Speaking of Dylan, they allude to it the entire season, and that comes out in the final episode as well, which is my favorite part of season 1, which is the waffle party.
Yeah. So what do you think of that? Because you have waffle parties, pineapple parties, and like whatever.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just an allusion to a pizza party or like an outing and stuff.
Or you get your little 3D graph or whatever, right? Like, or that little sculpture. It's what I love about it is that you have these cheap tokens. You're basically giving up your own like time and freedom. And what you get in return are these like cheap little events.
Well, yeah, it's just like benefits and whatnot. Like you're putting in so much work and stuff. There has to be benefits that persuade you. Like I saw that one of the benefits for moving from Facebook to OpenAI this week is going to be $100 million bonus for people that want to move from OpenAI to Facebook. That's what they're paying, or a $300 million salary with a $100 million bonus.
That is wild.
Yeah, dude, if you're going to be the person that can develop Meta's AI. So it's kind of like that is like, is it a pizza party? But for an average worker, that's what it is. It's a pizza party.
Yeah. It's like, if you really want to get into it, like I love how Lumen's in every single country around the world. So even the countries that are like warring with each other.
Oh, yeah.
And the fact that they have this procedure called Severance. And then you hear...
what used to be a manufacturing thing that they talk about in season 2 and whatnot. So it's moved from industrial to agriculture to like now it's in everything.
Every facet. It's a big monopoly. And basically like we can look at it like Amazon, Facebook, how you were talking about. Even OpenAI is headed that way, if we're going to be honest with you.
Well, look, John Smith, we're not going to debate capitalism. The only thing I don't like about the Waffle Party is the paper mache heads. Yeah. That's very odd for the whole
what
thing.
I don't like about it is
I'm just telling you, it's kind of like Eyes Wide Shut, but then they add the paper mache heads and everyone's got an Egan, like Mr. Egan's head on.
Yeah, dude, it was so weird because it's like
there's 3 women that pop out and
we talked about
heads,
this
and then there's a man that pops out as well, and then they realize Dylan G's not in the bed for the waffle party.
Yeah.
2 buttermilk waffles, a glass of milk, and an orgy.
Dude, he ate that up. He ate the waffles, but then he left.
Yeah, he did. I do like that. He was really committed to not. He was like, I'm going to eat these waffles and really enjoy
I would
the time.
too, dude. I would too. I love food, but it was like what we talked about in episode 17: rich people doing freaky stuff. Mm-hmm. Dude, because how freaky is that? Like where you have like an underground layer already, but then you have a replica of your house, or like the founder's house, and then on top of that you have these
Lumen housing.
But you have how would you describe those 4 characters that were dancing erotically?
I would describe it as like an Eyes Wide Shut, like a very carnal, like hedonistic event.
Yeah,
that's like. You're not supposed to show that the entire time. They have the core tenets of Lumen, and one of them's not showing a lot of emotion.
The way the core tenets are presented, the way that was presented, it feels so religious almost, where it's like Lumen's more than just a company. It is a part of your life. It's a part of you structure everything around Lumen.
Well, I think that's just a comment about like anyone in an office. There's going to be someone like Dylan G who doesn't take everything seriously. There's going to be someone like Bert that takes everything way too seriously.
Yeah, reading every little new book or pamphlet that comes out.
Bert, Irving.
Yeah, or like getting super obsessed about the handbags.
Yes,
how obsessed was he about that?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Or he's like, the pictures are gone, Mark.
Where are the pictures?
The pictures are gone. Where are the previous pictures?
What was that? When you were allowed to go to therapy, what was that called?
Not you're gonna. You can't put me on the spot.
I'm sorry, but you
not know what it is. It's a meditation. I think.
A little meditation retreat or whatever, and then
wellness. That's what it is.
Yeah, a little wellness.
We needed wellness, and it's like they tell Irving, your Audi is skilled at lovemaking.
Yeah, dude, it's so freaky.
And you never really get into the part that Irving's like a veteran and stuff, and he keeps planting that black picture in the hallway.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I guess let's finish up season 1.
Finishing up season 1, the biggest other reveal and the top moment of season 1 out of the 5 that we've presented so far, number 5 would have to be that Cobel, Miss Selving, is actually Mark S.'s neighbor, and it's revealed that she's like also the midwife or like the au pair or the helper for Mark S.'s niece that's being born.
And I mean, in season 2, it's kind of like delves into a little deeper why she's even in that position, but it's just a gigantic overreach. I mean, the fact that there's a company in your back of your brain anyways.
But he reveals it, right? Because he says at the party, he says, okay, thanks, Miss Selving, instead of saying Miss Cobel, or excuse me, say Miss Cobel instead of saying Miss Selvin. And
let's just give a little bit of background. You have so Irving, super committed, but then you have Miss not Heli. What's her name? Oh my God, you just told me the name.
Which one?
No, the neighbor, next door neighbor.
Oh, Miss Selving and Miss Cobel.
Miss Cobel, and how she's
Harmony Cobel,
super dedicated to Lumen to the point where it's like she has a shrine in her basement.
Like her entire family is in that town in season 2 because of that and whatnot. Spoiler for season 2. I guess this is where the spoilers for season 2 will start.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's so committed to it. Her entire family is thankful besides her to Lumen, especially after she gets fired in season 1.
Yeah, and it's like the firing happens because, of course, a mismanagement. Mark finds out the overtime contingency is activated. Of course, you can get fired. But I love how clinical it is. That it's like it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how loyal you've been, but you are just a number at the end of the day.
Well, she has to manage Heli R, but then she has to report to Heli Egan and Mr. Drummond.
That's got to be so weird, dude.
Yeah, weird. You want to talk about weird? We can get into it after the ad reads, but definitely Mr. Milchek's review in season 2. The paper clips were on backwards. We don't know where your report starts and ends by Mr. Drummond.
We can go to season 1, or it's still at the beginning of season 2 when Mr. Milchek.
Let's wrap up season 1. Let's give me your season 1 takes.
So season 1 takes, it does a great job of showing what corporate hell really is like. Your 9 to 5, what you're committed to. Some people make it a very religious process too. That hey, if I commit to what do you say, DeWalt, or commit to whatever company, Amazon.
We're not going to crap on 9 to 5s. 9 to 5s are the reason you have eggs, bacon, and everything. No, but there are companies who do not care about you, and you are just a number.
It's like I guess that's what I'm crapping on, is the fact that you have a person dedicated to taking care of his family, where you are just a number in these companies, where you just get where you can be let go with like nothing matters. Nothing. You're all the work you've done, all the time you committed does not matter. Well, that's what I'm crapping on.
There's good jobs, there's bad jobs, there's good bosses, there's bad bosses, there's good CEOs, there's bad CEOs.
Yeah.
The issue is it's the same thing with an omelet. If you have a bad one, it's going to ruin the whole bunch for an
100%, 100%. Because it's like, oh, okay, never mind. Go into your ad read.
Right.
We'll save it for season 2.
We're going to move into our ad read, and then we're going to move into season 2. Season 2 spoilers coming up at you. So our ad read is sponsored by Vincent Smith at Remax Experts for all your real estate needs, whether you're a first-time home buyer or seasoned investor, or you need to move out of your current pad in exchange for a change of scenery. Vince is a lifelong Memphis area native, licensed in Tennessee and Mississippi. He can help you navigate this tricky market like an expert. Call Vince, your trusted friend in real estate, at 901-240-8274 anytime. He will treat you like family and take great care of you. And you can also find him on Instagram at his handle. So if you want to go ahead and pull up your ad read, Brijesh, I'm going to give everyone Vince Smith _ Mid-South Homes, all one word, Vince Smith _ all one word, Mid-South Homes. Find him on Instagram or give him a call at the number previously listed and take it away.
Okay, so call WCWS Law Firm today. Our expert attorneys are here to make the process smooth and stress-free with services like settling estates, managing wills, resolving disputes, handling trusts, and guiding you through every legal detail. Based right here in the heart of Memphis, we're your local probate pros. Reach us at 901-523-1844 or visit WCWSlaw.com now.
All right, we're going to move into season 2. So who was your favorite character from season 1? Then we'll move into season 2.
I got to say it's Milchek.
It's Mr. Milchek?
Mr. Milchek.
Mine is probably a tie between, I really like PETA.
Yeah.
And I like Mark's cousin, or Mark's brother-in-law in the show.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me, why do you like his brother-in-law?
I like his brother-in-law because he's just like an aloof person that wrote a self-help book, like an author, where he's like, he doesn't have a real job. And that's the whole point. It's the, I don't want to keep using the word juxtaposition, but if you were to do a Venn diagram of like, if you're your own author and you work for a company where you sever yourself and you don't have any, like neither one of them have any tie to their real work.
Yeah.
Because if you're an author, you report to yourself or you report to a publishing company.
Yeah.
You report to your editor. But that's a much different lifestyle than working 9 to 5.
Well, okay.
He's just way up here, high, like super aloof to everything that's going on. They have that wellness retreat. They give birth at that place that turns out to be an Egan Institute in that birthing cabin.
Talking about who he has to check in with the editors or whatever. Of course, he doesn't have a 9 to 5, but I would say he has more like a 9 to 9. It's
Rick and Hale.
Well, that's his name. Sweet. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like still he has to answer to somebody. Like, of course, it can be one thing. Like, he could probably publish his whole book for free on the internet. They probably do have the internet back then. But of course, you're not going to do that because you're not going to make any money off of it.
You keep saying like this is set in 1981.
But it feels like it is.
Yeah, some of it does. Some of it feels like a nostalgia, but I think that's just to, if they have digital devices, they can get to the outside world.
So like, okay.
I like his oddball demeanor and his eccentric humor.
No, I like it too because
his vibe is quite peculiar.
Because who was it? Mark, his innie, he read the whole book, even though the Audi didn't. So when the overtime contingency happened, it was like halfway through, it was like he goes up to Rick and he's like,
right, but that would be the equivalent of having like an English, uninhabited, like that'd be like having an English North Korea, and somebody drops a book like Catcher in the Rye there, or they drop some other famous book like To Kill a Mockingbird there, and they have no communication with the outside world, and then they read all this stuff about a different character and ideals and stuff that they are not presented in their entire thing.
That's got to be wild if you actually go up in North Korea and you read about. I don't know. I love paradigm shifts.
Imagine you were dropped a video game that you play in South Korea, like a first-person shooter that like has a league and stuff, into the North Korean government. That is the same equivalent of that book making its way into the innie's hands in season.
Yeah, because it's like no company wants. Okay, I don't want you to be a free thinker. I just need you to click these numbers and get it done. I don't need you to have all of these like ideas while you're here for your 9 to 5, which I can understand the clinicalness when it comes to it. You're here, like we're paying you to do the service. You're not doing it for free, so just get it done and get out of here. Mm-hmm. But then the other humanity part of it comes because like your lunch breaks, your water breaks, everything you have in between where you have to go I keep forgetting his name, where he went to go see the paintings or see the person who made the paintings or like was in charge of putting the paintings up.
Oh, you're talking about Irvin and his love interest.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken's character, whose name is escaping
It's like
me.
Humanity doesn't end just because it's a 9 to 5. Mm-hmm. You still have those human moments. Yeah.
I got to look up what this guy's name is for Christopher Walken's character.
Dude, I love Christopher Walken. We can just call him Christopher Walken.
No, we're not calling him Christopher. The crazy part is I watched a series with my girlfriend and I go, oh my God, that's Christopher Walken. And she goes, who's that? And I was like, I can't even. I had to hit her with that.
You and me both.
2 mice fell in the bucket of cream. One drowned immediately.
I loved your story.
The other one churned and churned until it walked itself out. That's my terrible Christopher Walken impression.
No, it was actually pretty good. I liked it.
What's your favorite Christopher Walken movie besides Severance or like series?
I know I've seen him in different movies, but I'm so bad with movies, I couldn't tell you.
Bert Goodman.
What's that?
Bert G.
Oh, that's his name.
That is the love interest of Irving.
I thought he was saying a movie.
No. I like him in To Catch Me If You Can. He's got another movie where he starts it off and it's like a gangster movie. And it's like, I'm the angel of death.
Dude, do you think we don't have actors like that anymore?
Yeah, that's exactly. We don't. We have Timothée Chalamet. We have, the guy that's in Top Gun. That's Hangman. I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
the guy that's dating Sydney Sweeney now.
It's. I'll tell you this: with Timothée Chalamet or whatever the actors we have, they fit the role. They kind of morph into it. But you have people like Christopher Walken that they bring themselves into the role.
Yeah, he's kind of like in that same group as like Sean Connery. I don't know if there's going to be another Sean Connery. I don't know if there's going to be another Christopher Walken. I don't know if there will ever be another Daniel Day-Lewis. How deep do you want to get to that?
Dude, because it's like they bring themselves. Like it's not, they don't fit the role fits them. Like whatever their character is. Timothée Chalamet, I mean, I love Timothée Chalamet. I love Dune. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah.
Especially the second, have you seen the second movie?
You know what's cooler than Dune 2?
What?
A joke that I'm not going to say on the spot. I'll tell you afterwards. But everyone can look that up. What's cooler than Dune 2?
All right, I'll ask him later. I'll put in the BTS. Okay, so back to I don't know where we were.
BTS. We were talking
behind the scenes.
we were talking about Severance season 2, and we can get into the top 5 moments, which is when Irving tries to drown Heli, and he's like, "She's an Egan. I know it," from their retreat, their wellness retreat.
Yeah,
they're out in the woods and stuff, and like he's giving her a hard time because her story is that she woke up and there was a night gardener or something.
Yeah, and it was so it was just that small little like mishap that she had. And here, let me just open the door.
We're gonna let this dog.
So we were on. She was getting drowned in the river, which. Okay, like the fact that he picked up on she was talking about a night gardener, picked up on that, and that whole like, because she did not act any differently than the Heli that they were used to. Mm-hmm. It was just that one slip up.
Well, she had to watch all the tapes probably and study it. Like that's not in the show, but you'd assume that she had to act and remember everything and blah, blah. It's also wild that she had sex with Mark as an Audi.
But you know what's crazy is because how like her life lacked love. that she was probably jealous of her innie.
Oh yeah, and then she saw Mark as an Audi, like at that diner, and sat down with him and stuff.
Dude, it's wild, crazy vibes off of this.
So another crazy part about season 2 would be Cobel's home.
Yeah, and look what just pulled up on my fucking.
Okay, Brijesh, I love that for you.
Yeah.
Brijesh has a Heli R or a Gemma that's after him right now.
There we go.
So another thing would be Cobel's home, right?
Yeah.
Cobel, we find out she goes home. Lumen previously was a very industrial manufacturing company, which has pivoted away from it. And it's like a ghost town. It's like a mill town of the Midwest or the Northeast where they don't have looms in Maine. They don't have steel plants or timber plants in the Midwest.
Or a car manufacturing company in Detroit. It's like once the whole the economic generator leaves, the whole town just dies.
Right.
Afterwards.
Just want to say before someone says in the comments, you know the car makers are still in Detroit.
Well, they are.
They're moving to the Southeast, but...
Yeah, well, it's just like, dude, it's Detroit.
I can't believe you're talking bad about Detroit. Chad, are you just going to let them do that?
But, I mean, everyone who lives there, it used to be the third most richest city in the world, or in the United States,
Where
right?
do you think it's filmed? Where do you think Severance is filmed?
I don't know. It feels like Maine.
I think it's filmed in, like, Canada. I don't know.
I mean, whatever vibes it kind of gives, it's a very, Eastern Coast. I just know that it's an eastern part of
We're going to find out.
World.
It is. You're right. It's filmed in New York and New Jersey.
Yeah, because it just kind of gives that vibe, a corporate vibe.
Astoria, Queens, Belwork, New Jersey, Dumbo, New York, and then additional locations like for the retreat were in upstate New York and Paterson, New Jersey. Good eye, Brijesh.
Dude, it's
you're
the
like
vibe.
one of those
it's the vibe.
You're one of those geofinder guys on YouTube.
It is freaky how good they are.
So Cobel's home, and she has to go and prove that she's the one that invented the overtime contingency. She's the one that invented the severance process.
Yep.
And that they pulled the plug on her mom, and she's got to deal with all of her like sisters and stuff.
Yeah, and you know what was weird when she was in her bed and just sucking on the respirator?
Yes, that was very odd.
Yeah, but it was odd, but it was her way of grieving. And I mean, she's an odd person, and like whatever way you look at her, she's very odd. And it was just that one little break in her paradigm that just kind of made her go back to her mom and say, like, it was just the fact that like Lumen is not God. Like her God was killed, and now she's looking for more purpose. Yeah, I
will say this is a show you have to pay attention to, right?
100%.
It's and there's a big debate online that people say this is a high IQ show, or people say this is a 90 IQ show for people that think they're 120 IQ. So like, sound off. What do you think the IQ for somebody that should watch Severance is? But as an example of it, if you're not paying attention, you can't see that Mark has a picture of Gemma, and they don't know that it's Gemma. That he only knows her as Miss Casey as her inner, but her Audi knows that Gemma is gone.
Yes, that's
like a 1 second clip.
Yeah. Oh, and also just to kind of put this in there, one thing I found really weird was I love Milch's vocabulary. It's pristine. I love it. But when he got when he got promoted to the position of his boss previously,
the manager.
Yeah. Did you find it weird that the pictures he received from the Egans were basically just the main character, but just painted black? And even Milchek for a second there was like, well, dude, this is weird. What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
It was just like you are a part of an Egan. Doesn't matter what color, what skin you are, but it was just a very false token. Like it was, I guess it was
part to like that you're talking about where it's just like a real, they get you and it's like a real like, oh my gosh, M. Night Shyamalan twist.
Yeah.
Is Gemma having multiple innies and being Mark Scout's Audi wife.
Yes.
Miss Casey has multiple innies and she is the actual Cold Harbor project.
And that's the craziest thing, because if they had completed, towards the end of the episode, you kind of realize he stops going into work. And if he had completed his project, she would have died.
Yeah, exactly.
They would have killed her.
And then they would have probably made people Audis that didn't even know, or innies that didn't even know they were innies.
Yeah, and then what's crazy is that she has multiple innies, right? So she's reliving the same day with that creepy doctor every single day.
Yeah.
Dude, that's got to be so horrific. But it's just like, who's to say that companies like, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but major corporations aren't doing that right now with to test products, to test whatever they're doing. Like, what's to say?
Well, I mean, you say someone's going to say there's no way corporations do that. I mean, casinos do that to make you gamble more.
100%.
People,
100%.
IKEA's layout is confusing so that you will shop there more. Costco moves stuff around every day for optimization of their pick path and stuff when you're in the grocery store, or is it so that you walk around the store more?
Whatever it is, it's just the underlying manipulation that seems very disgusting to me. The underlying, like, you are not human. You're a product. You have certain cues that I can work on, and I can force you to buy this or do this.
Well, yeah, that's the thing with Kroger. It's like, why do you think you get Kroger points? Why do you think you have a Kroger card? Do you think they're doing nothing with the information of what you're buying and blah, blah, blah? Or like if avocados are, 2 for $6 or something, why are tomatoes marked up that same day, or everything that you need to put in the tomatoes or put in the macaroni and cheese?
One of these episodes, when we do one like episode like this, instead of doing a movie review, let's just go deeply into Palantir.
Yeah,
let's
deeply.
go deep.
Palantir.
Let's go do a deep dive into that one specific topic. I bet it would be a great episode.
Maybe we should also try and pronounce things I can't pronounce, like Kazakhstan. How do you think you pronounce that? I was getting killed in the last episode.
Okay, the fact that you said Kazakhstan,
Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
I would have never got that.
Iraq. But you got Iran.
That's me.
You got
George.
Iran right. You got Iran right.
That's George Bush being like, Iraq, Iran.
Yeah, so it's
Kazakhstan.
like, you can't let them get to you because they're getting to me.
I'll tell you what the issue was. I think I watched Borat right before we did that pod.
Yeah, and you know what Borat? No, I'm kidding.
Stop.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so let's talk about the ending. We're going to talk about two things that I want to talk about. Is Mr. Milch and the band comes out. That's one of my favorite parts of season 2. What's your favorite part of season 2?
My favorite part of season 2 is when he has a procedure and he finally has his two selves connected. I love that part. When he had a realization that like who he was with, when all his like identities were meshed together, is the part I enjoyed.
So I'm talking about the music and dance experience, which is the bizarre ritual at Lumen where the innies like Mark participate in a creepy choreographed event.
Yeah, that's weird. Yeah. I don't like it.
So he brings them in and it's like an old school marching band and stuff. And he's the guy that's the person that leads the band, the instructor.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's just weird when you have a corporation that's supposed to be all about...
they lock him in that room with the vending machine and stuff, and none of them will help him get out.
God, dude.
Or they have the agriculture department with goats.
Yeah, that was weird. That was really weird.
They have the goat gun that ends up killing Mr. Drummond.
I didn't see that.
What are you talking about, dude? That's like a big part. They kill Mr. Drummond with a one-shot gun. Yes. That's the one to kill baby goats.
Dude, okay, yeah, I do remember that. Oh my God, that was a horrific.
Oh yeah,
dude, the whole finding out that there's a goat farm inside Lumen. Like,
yeah,
what is going on?
could you imagine turning the corner at your work and find out another department's got goats? That's another thing too, where like the departments don't talk to each other, so it creates like everyone's working on it for themselves.
And who knows if this is true or not? But the last time departments talked together, they had a riot.
Yeah,
and they had this little like painting that he sent out into the. Remember that in the copier?
They have different versions of the painting.
Yeah. And then he sent it to the copier.
Data refinement uprising.
Yeah. That blew my mind too. Cause you're like, the companies are like making a conspiracy theory out of it. I don't know. It's
what's your favorite part of season 2? My
favorite part of season 2, again, is when he undergoes the surgery and his innie and Audi's memories are combined.
Oh, okay.
And that's for some reason that feels like such a resolution to me.
Did you like the Rick and Morty wavelength where they have one dot, then they have two dots, like where they're trying to make the wavelengths come together?
Yeah, dude, I like that.
But it's just like every episode, it's like everything in TV, like I was saying, like I really hate that. Like the two key nuclear thing or the two brains becoming one is just like a cardiograph, like two cardiographs coming together in one combined line. Well, how many times have you seen that in a movie?
All the time. Yeah, you're right. It's a common trope, but it's I guess it's for the audience just to kind of visually grasp what's happening.
I think it's kind of like Hollywood doesn't come up with new ideas. They keep remaking Snow White or they remade Lilo and Stitch. They don't come up with any new ideas. So that's one of the things I like about Severance is it is a new idea.
And it is a new idea, but it works off of old tropes too. Kind of combine. So I think that's what new technically is using tropes in new ways to express an idea. Because it's like, what is our common culture? What is our literature that we understand? I mean, it's based off of all like old books and old like fairy tales that we've read, kind of retold in a new way. Well, that's always going to happen.
I think it's kind of like a Clockwork Orange where it's what does it mean to be a man? What does it mean to have free will?
Yeah. Or what's that one?
I've got the hiccups, chat.
What's that one movie where not the Norman Project? What is it called? It's where the man lives a life and he thinks it's normal, but the cameras are watching him. God, you got the hip.
What is in there? Red Bull? Hand that to me.
Here, you like
a Sprite.
Yeah.
Good God, man.
Yeah, I'll be better.
What is the movie you're talking about?
No, it's oh my God, it's like, oh my God, where?
Well, why you look that up? Why don't we talk? I cannot get rid of these hiccups. Why don't we talk about the ending of Heli versus Gemma, where Gemma comes back to herself. She realizes she's with Mark. The Truman Show.
Dude, that hit you hard. You want some water? I can get you some water.
The Truman Show is just like this, where it's voyeur.
Yeah. But okay, it's whatever. So that's my favorite part. You'd already told me your favorite part. But
we're talking about the ending where Heli and Gemma are with Mark S. Gemma only knows him as Mark Scout, and she's trying to escape.
Yeah, dude. And it's like every time.
And so what happens at the end?
Okay, so at the end...
Gemma's on the outside of the world where Mark's Audi can be reached.
Yeah.
And Heli is on the inside, and they're innies. What happens at the end? He pursues Heli and turns his back on Gemma and does not go through that door.
Is that what happens?
Yes.
Okay. How do I forget? Maybe it's been a month or so.
We haven't watched it. Hey, to be very clear, Brijesh doesn't have the best memory. And
so
then the other thing was, I want to tell everybody that I had to watch this because we were going to do this a long time ago, and it's been about a month or two since we've watched the show.
Yeah.
Right? And
I don't remember that. You're right. So
we prepped
like
on it.
He gives he gives up on. Oh my God! Because you're right. Like even the love situationship between who is Christopher Walken and his love interest, and the fact that when you go outside, he's already married to somebody. But
Bert and Irving are very close to Bert and Ernie.
Yeah, dude. And then that's so wild because You're right. Like when your work wife or your like whatever it is. I guess that's actually
But then he's choosing his life inside, and that's the same thing where it's a back and forth, like a parallel universe where his innie and his Audi are arguing with each other at that birthing cabin.
Yeah,
with Miss Cobel and his sister.
But at this point, his innie and Audi are combined, so he chose to like give up on. Oh, dude, that sucks! I can't wait for season 3.
Yeah, season 3 will be a good one. There's rumored that they're watching it now. We plan to review. White Lotus, we plan to review Squid Games coming up. So I'll have some more of these episodes coming up. What is your favorite moment, season 1 and 2? And let's wrap this up.
My favorite moments, season 1, Milk checks vocabulary. And then season 2, of course, the procedure where
you use a lot of big words. That's reported by the child.
Yeah. And I love it when he tells him to basically eat shit in a fancy way. That was a fun part.
I'm kind of wondering if that child that was in there is actually Mark Scout and Gemma's baby.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but she died, or she apparently died 3 years ago, so I can't see her being. But I think whatever she is I keep forgetting her damn name. The manager. Who is the manager?
Miss Cobel / Miss Solvey.
I think that's what Cobel's story was, and it's representing that little girl. How she's going to go through Lumen her whole life, and Lumen becomes her whole life. And she eventually will become a candidate for manager like Milch or anybody.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but it's the timing doesn't work out between her being, maybe she looks a little Asian, could be.
Okay. All right, Brijesh, I think you should cut that.
Yeah, we'll cut that out.
All right, 3, 2, 1. I think my favorite thing is the band. When the department comes in and they're all in the band formation and Mr. Milchek's dancing and stuff, and you're like, what's going on? And then they revolt against him, and that starts the end of Gemma's innie and starts the beginning of Gemma's Audi again. And it's just wild that they took her out of a car crash to, for all this to happen.
Dude, but I can see it happening. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I mean, I guess that's been our Severance episode.
That's been our Severance episode. We're going to tighten up. We're working on it. Tell us what we got wrong. Tell us what we got right. Tell us how you feel
what we got right, please.
About Severance. Sound off in the comments, chat. It's been a hell of an episode. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with us. Just want to plug one more time, 1,000th subscriber Bass Pro dinner with us at the stainless steel Bass Pro Pyramid downtown at 1 Bass Pro Pyramid Drive.
There we go. All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all have a great night.
Follow us. Ring that bell.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, that was good. That was decent.